Hey guys, so a lot of you seem to like my previous video. I actually have still a few things to do on the car, but with Christmas around the corner, I don't have time right now. The thing I do have to do is to get this differential out of here. It's gonna go to a buddy of mine in Pennsylvania, Zach. Hello. I actually borrowed this diff while my large case was getting built. Previously, was running a built medium case by Style Global. He's a really great guy. He's in Cali. Only reason why I'm switching to a large case is because eventually I would start twisting the output flanges on the diff, and it just got annoying to have to keep swapping output flanges every month or so. So figure large case, solve that issue. Anyways, so it's a simple operation. Most of you guys probably know how to do this already. I'm sure there's write-ups, but I have to take it out anyway. I figure why not make a video on doing it. If it helps somebody out, great. So, like I said, it's a pretty simple operation. You've got your 8mm hex bolts up here. As you can see, I like to cross-check all my bolts, mark them all, if anything gets loose. I do put blue Loctite on these. If you torque them to spec, they won't come loose, but just to be safe, it's not a big deal. I don't really pull the diff too often. This right here, electric ratchet, great to have, but you don't really want to use it to crack things loose. Before I start, I know these are clean. It's been out earlier this year. If you have a differential that has been sitting a while, probably maybe the whole time since the car was original, it's been in there. These will get caked up. You'll put your 8mm in there and you'll think it's in, it's not. Good idea if you have a little wire brush, just kind of clean them out a bit. You could take, if you have a hammer, great. Sometimes just use the back of the ratchet, tap it in there, make sure it's seated. You'll avoid stripping these out. That's probably the biggest issue with these bolts. But as long as you make sure it's seated in there good, you won't have any problems. I just kind of go around, crack them loose, and then I hit them with the electric one once they are loose. All right, so they're all loose now. What we're gonna do, like I said, indispensable tool. It's great to have. They're not expensive. If you regularly work on your car, recommend them. This one's Milwaukee. Snap-on makes them. There's a few companies. I've had this tool for probably 5 years now. It's about time to maybe get a new one, but it's been freaking awesome. Makes this a lot easier. All right, and that actually is out. And that's about it. You got your diff speed sensor here. Mine was already unplugged, I guess. So anyways, you unplug that comes right off. Let's see here. So same thing on this side with the axles. I've got this guy right here. You can see this. There we go. It's called the Knuckle Buddy, and sometimes if it's a bolt that's a little hard to take off, you could double wrench it, kind of extend your wrench, get a little more leverage. This is like that, but specially made just for that purpose, and it's really nice because you could put the wrench in multiple configurations, multiple different configurations to do this job. Alright, so next we want to deal with the drive shaft nuts. Again, this guy very much comes in handy for things like this. So put that on there, and boom. If you have a ratchet wrench, you could fit it on here usually. If you don't, not a big deal. It should be a 17 millimeter. Once you get the nuts off, you're just going to want to make sure that the diff is separated from the drive shaft. Now you're not going to be able to really fully take it off. Show you over here. You're not going to be able to fully take it off, but you do want to just make sure that you could do that with it. Sometimes they rust, the flanges rust together. You don't want to have to be struggling to remove this diff while fighting this over here. Anyways, so we've got this bolt right here. Take this out before you remove or loosen the 4 differential bolts. Again, it's going to be a 19 millimeter or is it a 19? Why is that an 18? Where the fuck did an 18 go? Oh, okay. So it's going to be a 19 millimeter again, or a 3/4, whatever you have handy. I use a wrench on one side. So now this bolt right here, we're going to want to take that out before we loosen the 4 bolts that hold on the diff. Again, it's going to be a 19 millimeter or a 3/4, whatever you have. You're going to want to put a wrench on one side, preferably on the inner side. It's kind of hard to get a wrench on this side. And then a 19 millimeter socket. So loosen this. Now, if you're doing this on the floor, I would say have a jack just kind of holding pressure on the differential, because what's going to happen is once you remove this bolt, or once you get the nut off this bolt, it's not going to be you're not going to be able to just pull it right out, because what's going to happen is the dip's going to kind of put some pressure. The dip's going to put some pressure on it, so you're not going to be able to just pull this out. Right now, the subframe isn't super rigid, so it does kind of flex down a little bit, and this bolt's not going to want to come out. I just kind of, oh, don't lose the washer. I just kind of do this. And there we go, it's out. Threads aren't damaged or anything like that, but you know, there is some play here, just in the subframe. Anyways, now we're going to come back over here. We've got our 4 diff bolts. They are, again, we got our 4 diff bolts. Those are also going to be a 19 millimeter. Now the ones down here, you will be able to get to with a ratchet. I switched mine over to studs. Contact Speed Shop makes life so much easier removing or installing a differential with the studs. It's a lifesaver. We're gonna loosen these. Not gonna take them off, but I'm gonna loosen them quite a bit. top ones, they're going to be, like I said, a little bit of a pain. Probably in the way here. Not really. Alright, I already loosened this one prior. Don't try to fit a ratchet under here, because what's going to happen is you're going to put your ratchet on, you're going to say, oh, it fits. You're going to start removing it, and then 3/4 of the way through, you're not going to be able to take it off again, and you're going to have to tighten it back up. So I am going to remove the other guy up here, just because these are the ones that are hardest to get to. So once these two are out of the way, I could get the other two out without issue. So we've got these two top ones out. Just gonna get the two bottom ones out, but if you're doing this on the floor, I think it's actually easier because you just have the jack and you can just plop it out. Okay. Now go slow. Alright, so once we've got the diff out, go down. Oh, let me hang up on. Up? Hold up on an axle, okay. Alright guys, as you can see, this has been my biggest issue with these, is twisting the splines on the output flanges. Zach, don't worry, I have another pair of flanges I will give you with this diff. But that's one of the reasons why I am going large case, which is here. UPS did a great job of breaking the cover, but now this is a large case E30 diff, I believe it is, Euro, and as you can see, it is the same bolt pattern as the E30 diff. I think the E24 Euro cars have the same diff, and like the original M5s and M6s. Wangen Style Global did that for me. That's just a welded 188 millimeter. And yeah, that's really it. Like I said, Condor Speed Shop studs, great investment. Condor bushings, Condor mounts, Condor everything. Great people. And yeah, that's it. So see you guys later, and I hope this helps somebody. If not, I mean, I just wasted all my fucking time. What else?
That was it.
Son of a bitch.